Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to the Kristian Harloff Show. Now, don't get emotional. I know it's not Kristian Harloff. It's John Rocha, and I'm not here alone. You know it's Tuesday. You know what that means. You know who's going to be co-hosting with me. So, relax. It's not just me today like it was yesterday. Apparently, the studio is not done still, so we're going to be hanging out, the two of us, me and you-know-who, Roxy Striar here, to be a part of this particular episode of the Kristian Harloff Show. We got so much to get into. We got Mission Impossible 8 first reactions from last night, including Roxy and I's reactions from last night, seeing the movie. Nicolas Cage, the Spider-Man Noir trailer dropped. We got some Teela, He-Man news. We got Creed having a spin-off series and some more Superman stuff, depending on what images or what stuff drops, and some of the controversy people have had about the Superman stuff. Apparently, you can't even do a milk bone commercial without upsetting some Superman fans in the DC universe. So a lot for us to get into here, but let's not waste any time. Let's do it here. It's the Kristian Harloff Show on Tuesday. Here we go. What's up, everybody? I like to do the low-key intro to, ease you into the show just like Kristian Harloff does, but I'm a man full of a lot of energy and a lot of passion, but I need someone to control me on Tuesdays, and certainly I can't think of a better person who is more intelligent than I am, who's certainly more attractive than I am, who's certainly more into things than I am, and has got herself a hell of a footprint in this pundit universe over the last few years. She is the manager of the year, in my opinion, every year on the Schmodown, and one of my big losses in life was not being managed by this amazing woman. It is the great Roxy Striar. What's up, Roxy?
Damn, man. I'm liking how we're getting to host together again. It's exciting. Remember the time we were going to do a whole show together and then we lost our jobs instead? That was wild.
Heartbreaking. I know. The world's not ready. The world can barely handle a hot mic. I can't imagine you and I hosting a show as well. It would
be so fun, though, man. Damn. I have so many things to say to you. Number one,
go ahead.
So as we were talking about things that we're going to talk about in this episode today, I was like, oh, I want to go see what your review was. I already had seen a little bit of it on the Instagram.
Yeah.
And I won't say too much, but I'm glad to know you and I are feeling the same way about Mission Impossible. But I went to your ex, the artist formerly known as Twitter, and John, are you out here paying for Twitter?
No. Yes. No. I got the Twitter, the blue check mark like way back when. So why?
I had a blue check mark and they stripped me of it. They didn't strip you.
No, I was able to maintain mine for whatever reason. However,
they never took your check mark.
No, however, my people got my check mark. That's how I got it and kept it. Why is there?
Because you're able to write more characters than I am.
Oh yeah. That's part of the blue check mark.
I know I had it and then I lost. We all lost it though. Every single one of us. I thought you didn't lose it.
Not yet. Not that I know of. And I thought about hiding it, or I think I hid it for a few months when everything was going down, when what's his face first bought it. But then eventually I was like, well, I mean, what am I getting out of this? I might as well put it
back. You definitely use it if you got it, but damn, that's crazy because you still get to use all the perks. I'm jealous of that.
Yeah.
Also wanted to get your 2 cents on something, then I'll let you take over the rest of the show.
Yeah. It's us, man. It's us. We can do whatever we want.
Oh, good. She'll rein it in for me. Never. I'll literally never rein you in. Never one time ever have I reined you in. I'll push us both off the rails and see how it goes. This is something Kristian definitely isn't going to watch the show. So let's see if you guys rat me out about this and tell him that I said this. But
yes,
why does he think I'm not capable of hosting the show? Why? Why? In our text message, it's always, John, can you host the show? Otherwise, we're canceling the show. Like, I've been doing this for 14 years.
Right.
Why does he think I'm not capable?
And you're very good. And you're very good at doing the show, doing any show. I've seen you host numerous shows. I'm happy to switch positions right now and have you host the show.
I love when you host the show, and I like to take a back seat, but it is just so funny to me that every time he's gone, he finds somebody to come in and host the show. I don't do this every week. I'm like, Kristian, you got beef. Just tell the people what's good.
Out yourself, Kristian.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my guy, but I do. I swear I know how to speak sometimes, like if I had to. And he's going to be like, you don't know how to do the tech side of it. I use StreamYard.
All right.
Like, well, John just does it more. That's true. That's true.
I think Galaxy Geeks nails it. I think he says, like, I think he thinks you're super busy every week. And you are, Roxy. To be fair, we were just talking about your calendar.
About this.
What's that?
But I'm here right now.
Yeah, you are. You are absolutely here right now. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair question to ask. And I will say this in the future. I quite happily will play Second Banana to you hosting the show.
No, I
don't have to do any of this research. I can just watch trailers and I can just hang out. So
see, I much prefer this. I just when I wasn't hearing back from you yesterday because you were busy yesterday and you asked if you had done it. I'm sitting there like, so if John can't do the show, am I not doing the show? Then is there no show? And he just never responded to that. Just no response from him. Anyway, like I said, he'll never watch this.
But this is why texts are important. Like, this is why communicating in person is important. Because I read your text of like, oh, does that mean I don't have to do the show? Like, you were excitedly like, I don't have to do the show because I can take a break or a couple hours.
I did not say don't have to. I said, is the show not happening?
Oh, right. See, I took it as, hey, is it not happening? So I can rest for a couple hours. So I
was just like, what's my schedule tomorrow?
Right.
Can anybody let me know if I'm going to be working or not? Hello, Bueller.
I love it.
Peace. For those of you guys asking about why he's not here, are we allowed to say, John?
Yes, he's working on the new studio. We said that yesterday. The new studio is not done unless Roxy has another update. All I've heard is that the studio is not done, and he's not ready to debut it yet. So he wanted us to host today. Of course, Roxy, this is your normal day, but he wanted me to host the show for him today with Roxy because the studio is not fully finished. So it will be finished soon. My understanding was it was going to be done by today, but clearly they maybe ran into some snags.
Let me see if I can text and get an update for you guys behind the scenes. So he's there with Brett, right?
I think he's still there with Brett, or Brett left this morning. I'm not sure. By the way, if Brett builds studios, I may need to have ship Brett down here to San Diego to build out my studios. Enough is enough already, man. I'd love.
What do you mean enough is enough? It looks great.
Yeah, but I mean the way he sets up Kristian's is really nice. So I could walk him through mine and see what he suggests. So yeah.
Okay, I'm group texting Kristian and Brett saying we want a studio update.
Yeah, studio update.
Share with our friends.
Yeah,
that's you guys.
Yeah, with the people who are here, the people of the bills. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
I bet they're eating pizza and they're not going to respond to me.
I wish I haven't eaten pizza in 7 weeks now, 6 or 7 weeks now. It's
why? What's going on?
Oh, well, I talked about this yesterday. I'm not going to talk to it, but like I've been on a new meal plan for the last 6.5 weeks, and I've lost 25 pounds yesterday. So it's like,
awesome.
Yeah. So I have to no fast food. I can only have like chicken or certain type of turkey and meat and vegetables and eggs. So it's like, it's healthy stuff that I'm eating. So I have to just get to a certain point. And then once I get to that point, I'll work stuff back into my diet and counter it with working out. So I just wanted to do a thing where I drop to a certain amount and then move forward from there. So yeah.
There's something in the air right now, man.
Yeah.
Kristian's doing that.
Oh yeah, he's working out. That's right.
Oh my God. Yeah, like crazy. Greg Alba is absolutely obsessed with getting a 6-pack for the first time every day. It's all we talk about.
Well, I think because Olivia got so into shape.
Yeah, her Pilates,
right, her Pilates and stuff. I think Greg was like, "Oh, I'm gonna lose this girl, so I got to get up on it." So I respect that. You got to work hard.
Yeah, they're both killing it. I'm impressed by anybody. You, Kristian, anybody who decides to say like, "This is my goal and this is what I want to do," and then does it. It's really hard to set out a goal and then to stick to it, especially when you live life and the world is what it is and things get thrown at you, and it's like. It's really, really difficult. So I think it's very cool that you're doing that.
Well, it's about scheduling, right? Like yesterday, the screening, right? I had to eat just before the screening so I could get through those 3.5 hours because I have to eat every 3 to 4 hours. I had to get through those hours, then come home, eat some celery, and I was able to go to bed. So it's like these things that I have to schedule and map my whole day out. So I've never done food planning, never done that in my entire life. I just go like, well, I'm hungry. I'm going to feed myself. It was never about planning or cooking food for the weekend. Never did any of that stuff. But
For sure. I went to a Final Destination thing yesterday. Not seeing the movie. It was like on when they do exhibits on Hollywood Boulevard for movies.
Pop-up, like a pop-up.
Yeah, it was a pop-up, but it was like I'm gonna post it on Rejects, but it was like a workout. They took us through a workout routine in a bus, which I didn't know it was gonna be. And I'm going with Greg, who's an absolute workout beast.
Right.
You do all of these things. And then we finished and I was like, should we grab something? And he was like, oh, well, I brought my salad, my no dressing salad. I was like, word. He was like, but if you want, I need validation so I could get you Ben and Jerry's. I was like, no, I don't want to. What the hell? There's got to be a middle ground between I eat ice cream for lunch only and I have a no dressing salad. Thank you.
Somewhere in the middle, for God's sake.
Come on.
Oh, man. Yeah. But I gotta ask you. Wait, what did I want to ask you? I wanted to ask you something.
We have a lot to talk about today, man.
We got a lot to get into, but we're catching up with things.
What was your number yesterday? Where'd you hit in the super chats yesterday? What was your number?
Oh yeah, we hit 62 yesterday. So I'd like to get higher than that. The fans, they get mad at the Outlaw. So I don't always get the 100 to 120 that you usually get. You're great.
What are they mad at? What's the thing that they get the most mad at you for?
Because I'm an outspoken person. I've got some strong opinions on things.
Yeah, I'm like me, very meek and quiet.
Oh, this is what I wanted to ask you about. How are you feeling today? Did you watch the game last night? Did you watch your boy Tatum? Heartbreaking.
Okay. How am I feeling today? Obviously horrible.
Yeah.
It was really strange because also I did the exhibit thing or the Hollywood Boulevard thing yesterday, and that was at 4:00. Mm-hmm. So I was like then watching on my phone, and then I had to make it to the Mission Impossible screening.
Right.
So all of a sudden, I'm watching on my phone trying to because I couldn't just sit and watch the game, which sucks.
Right.
And then I see what happens to Tatum and I'm like, oh my God. And then I have to go into the screening and then I get out of the screening and I have 40 text messages.
Wow.
Because everyone knows. First of all, he's my favorite player.
Right.
Second of all, I'm a diehard Celtics fan. And third of all, it just is the most awful way to go out of a series. I'm not saying we're out of the series, but this would be the comeback of a century if we figured out a way to do this. Horrible. And like nobody was celebrating. I didn't even see my Knicks friends.
No, not even Jalen. Jalen Brunson seemed a bit like distracted in the post-match interviews, post-game interviews, just giving like standard road answers. He seemed to be really.
Yeah, totally. And then like you hear, obviously Jalen and Horford and all of them just they don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk about anything. When you're watching one of the best players go down.
Yeah.
It's awful. And everybody thinks about like, what does that mean for the future of the Celtics? What does it mean for his future? What does it mean? And we don't know yet. I know that they're doing an MRI. They did an MRI this morning.
Yeah.
Immediately when we heard that, I was like, I don't know anything about the medical profession. An MRI on your ankle. I didn't know but it doesn't look good, obviously.
No, no. And I came home, watched the highlights. He was killing it. Oh my God. The threes and the twos he was shooting up were like from the weirdest angles. And
he was frustrating after game 1 and 2. Yeah.
He wanted to win last night. You could tell like he wanted to will that team to victory to make up for the 2 losses in Boston so they could go back to Boston with a chance to go up 3-2 and now there's 3-1. So we'll see. We'll see if Jalen can rally. We'll see who steps up to rally that team, but it is hard to replace Jason Tatum. Really.
Yeah. I mean, we roll deep. We have, he's not our only great player.
True.
But,
very true. Very true.
And I think that they're going to be extra motivated. Knicks are really good.
Yeah.
And they're better than we thought.
Yeah.
So
Knicks, Indiana all over again 30 years later. That's the fun.
Don't say that because we don't know that.
I'm sorry.
Don't say that because we don't know that.
You're right. I'm sorry.
But it is so funny how invested I am. Like you understand it because you're a fan too. It's like it changes my mood. It changes who I want to talk to. And there was like certain people I'm avoiding responding to because I know they're gonna boo me. And it's just like I actually don't want to respond to your text message. Like I'm not in the mood to be dicked around with right now. Like I'm sad.
Frustration of it all. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can put these up, but did you get the pictures? We've gotten pictures of the studio.
Oh, really?
In transition. I don't know if we're allowed to put these up. Maybe you should ask if we.
Oh yeah. So he said to me, yeah. So I said we want a studio update to share with the people, and he said yes. I will send a picture of a moment. So that makes me think yes.
Okay, let me.
I put them up myself, but I can't because I'm not on the back end of this.
Because you're not hosting. She's not mad about it, folks, either. She's not mad about it. So stop saying that.
I honestly can't. I don't want to pressure it too much because I prefer, if it's me and you, I prefer to do this because I like the way that you do it. I just want him to know that I can.
Yes.
I just want him to know I can.
I will reiterate this to him again. I will say she can do it. Please
don't tell him because then he'll make me do it. But I just want him. I want to hear it from his mouth. You know, it's like when your big bro like doesn't think you can do something, and it's like just acknowledge that I can, and then I don't have to. I just want everybody to know that there are 3 photos sent to us, and in 2 of them, Brett is on the floor underneath something, looking unbelievably uncomfortable.
Yes, like he's not meant to bend in that position. So.
And clearly Kristian's standing taking the photo.
Telling him what to do. Poor Brett. All right, let me bring these up. Let me see if I can get these up, because I'm doing off. Listen, I know we're going to get to these other topics, everybody, but, Roxy and I are hanging out, for God's sakes. And we got 400 of you hanging out with us. Send in your super chats as we're going along because you can tell we're in a mood. We're in a fun mood. Send us some stuff. Here is the first picture of the studio in transition there.
See Brett to the left.
To the left there in green.
So I can't tell what we're looking at.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I should bring up the first one. This is from the outer. There it is. There is from the upper. And look at the amazing amount of food there that has not been cleaned up. Gentlemen, I tell you this, the Lady Outlaw would absolutely go insane if I ever had a studio look like this. But
isn't this the background that we had? What did this look like before?
I don't know. I think maybe it's going to be this is going to be the shot that he's going to turn everything around, and this will be the background, the blue curtain with the monitor and all of this stuff. So maybe that's what they're hooking up here. So yeah. Interesting stuff going on.
You heard it here first. Rocha said they're hooking up here.
Yes, they're absolutely. I mean, in this shot, I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, we don't know what's happening under that curtain. Who knows?
There you go.
Brett and Kristian have known each other for a long time. I'm not trying to start a rumor, but
hey, listen, it's all in.
Why else install a curtain?
It's all in nowadays. All right, before I get in trouble, because I know he's going to fucking text me. Hey, let's move on to this thing here. Let's talk about Nicolas Cage's situation. And wait, do I have the thing? Here we go.
What's up with Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, Nicolas Cage. So the teaser trailer, how does it look on the screen? Does this look right? Oh, good. Okay, you guys can read that. All right, here we go. The teaser trailer has been unveiled for the Nicolas Cage-led live-action Spider-Man Noir series at Amazon Prime Video. I think I can say this in an accent. The series tells the story of an aging Downer's-like private investigator, Nick Cage, in 1930s New York, who is forced to grapple with his past life as the city's one and only superhero. He reprises the role of a character he voiced in the animation movie 2018 Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, or in Uziel and Steve Lightfoot serve as the series co-showrunners. Lamorne Morris, Brendan Gleeson, and Lucas Haas are in this as well as Lee Jun Lee, Abraham Popula. I hope I'm saying that right, y'all. Jack Houston, Karen Rodriguez, Cameron Britton, Kerry Christopher, Michael Kosroff. Jeez, that's a lot of names. Whitney Rice, Amanda Scholl, Amy Aquino, and Andrew Robinson. Harry Bradbeer directs the first 2 episodes and executive produced alongside Phil Lord, Chris Miller, and Amy Pascal. The show will debut in the U.S. via the MGM Plus streaming service before arriving on Prime Video a day later. A specific launch date has not yet been announced, a premiere date for Spider-Man Noir. However, it is known that the show will first debut in the U.S. on MGM Plus before it then comes to Amazon Prime Video a day later. So there was a teaser. It was about 30 seconds of a teaser. You got to see Nick Cage. You got to hear Nick Cage. But what do you think about this, Roxy? Are you excited about this as a TV person? And MGM Plus? Who the hell has MGM Plus? What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, they do that one show called From. And everybody tells me it's the greatest show ever, but I don't have the network. And everybody always yells at me as a TV person that is the biggest show that I'm missing. That's the only reason I feel like MGM Plus is haunting me.
Yeah.
I obviously love him and think that he gets all of our attention all the time and deserves it. Does this really get my juices going? Like, am I sitting here like this is the most anticipated? No, but I'm excited and think that hopefully this is good. What do you think?
Yeah, it's interesting because I don't know how much of an audience there is for this. And apparently this is what broke up the deal between Hulu and Lord and Miller over budgetary issues over this show. And I would imagine if I was an executive at MGM Plus, or because listen, MGM Plus is like way down on the totem pole of streaming services. So I can't imagine it's got a lot of budget behind it. So, and people correct me if I'm wrong on that. That's just my assumption. So the idea they would fight over the budget thing, I guess they're trying to make it look like a Lord Miller quality type show, but they're limited by the budget that they have at MGM Plus. And I'm like, you should have known that going in. So, but overall, this trailer looks a lot of fun. I like that Nick Cage is in. I like that he's reprising the role. The visuals of him turning on the lights in his goggles or whatever those things are pretty awesome. He has all the spider abilities, except that he shoots the webs organically out of his wrists instead of using some contraption. I think it'll be fun. And this is and people are guessing that the person that is in the trailer from behind that is bald is either the Vulture or a version of Kingpin for that 1930s version of Spider-Man. And this isn't canon to the main thing. This is like a different universe. So I want it to be good. I hope it's good. I do think it's a bit of cop-out to put it in color as well as black and white. I think that's saying we're desperate for any audience. So will you watch it? We'll put it in color if it's an issue for you. So,
you mean like make it an artistic choice? I
yes.
understand. What do you think about, so it premieres on MGM Plus, but then the next day on Prime Video? Do you think anybody's going to get MGM Plus just to be able to watch this the day of?
I think very few people will get MGM Plus just to watch. Because it's Nicolas Cage. Look, I love Nicolas, but he's not appealing to the 15-year-olds or the 18-year-olds or the 20-year-olds. So it's not that they can't. It's
just the age group of MGM Plus. What is the demo?
I think for a story like this, I think for a series like this, you're looking for that middle teenage, 15 to above type age group. And I don't know how many of them are getting MGM Plus just to see this series. I think they'll wait one day for Prime Video. Why not? I mean, if it drops at midnight, then it's the next day. Then you just wake up in the morning and watch it. So I think that's kind of the approach there. Because I can't imagine people are going to be. This is going to be a water cooler series where you have to watch every episode and talk about it right afterwards. So you get MGM Plus to do it. I'm not even going to get it to do this, and I usually get services for just one show. Yeah,
I hear you.
Yeah.
If I can wait for Bachelor to drop on Hulu instead of watching it on ABC, then I guess I can wait for this. It's very similar.
What do you feel about the Golden Bachelor? Do you like the Golden Bachelor?
Wow.
Did you enjoy the Golden
Bachelor? Yeah. You don't like it?
I like the Bachelorette much better than the Bachelor. I thought she was more genuine than Jerry. I think Jerry was a little bit of a player, and I thought
I feel like that's his name.
Jerry, isn't it Jerry? I thought it was Jerry.
I don't think so. Gary.
Oh, was it Gary? No, you're right.
Are you doing that thing where you try to size up a guy by pretending you heard his name wrong?
What? Is that what guys do? No.
You've never seen that? Somebody be like, I'm Tom. And people, Ron, was it? And it's like, no, Tom. That I see guys do that to each other all the time.
Is that what
That's what you just did to Gary.
Is that what Century was doing to Walker when he was calling him Walter?
Yeah.
Was that
totally.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, totally.
It's a weird thing. Men are weird. You know what we're watching right now? We're going through season 1 of Feud. We'd never watched Feud.
So good.
And we are 6 episodes into it.
So women are weird too.
Yeah. What an excellent show. And in that show, there's a scene where he purposely, Stanley Tucci purposely calls the guy a different name every time just to berate him, and then switches things around, which is so interesting. You made it.
What you did with Gary Jerry.
Sorry. Well, that tells you how little.
I don't like that Jerry guy. I was like, no, it's not right.
I don't even remember what the blonde woman's name was. I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't think of what that she was either, but she was really sweet. I liked her.
She was. Yeah, I liked her too.
But and the guy that she ended up with had a funny name too, like
that
dude cowboy kind of name.
That dude was thirsty for her. He was thirsty.
Are they still together? Because Gary and Homegirl broke up.
I don't know. Oh no! Hey, thanks, Lone. Rocha is a bully and doesn't even. Thanks, Lone. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You did bully Jerry Gary.
Did I bully? Is that what I did? Oh, did I bully Jerry Gary?
Yeah, I don't like that Jerry, man.
I spent 15 years getting my ass kicked by bullies. I am no bully, but I will defend myself. That's for damn sure.
My Grammy called me a bully last week, and I like almost cried and like sat her down and explained to her how hurtful that word is. Oh. There are some words that are the most hurtful words in the English language to me, and bully is one of them. Because if you're going to call somebody a bully,
yeah,
that is. I also think one of the words that I use so sparingly, loser. That word is so mean.
Yeah.
Like to call somebody a loser.
That's a great point.
Those are two of the ones that just like send shivers. And I'm not saying I've never used it, but I feel like I really try to use it only for the losers.
Yeah. Or PLD. I hear you. Yeah. No, I'm joking. He knows I'm joking. Oh, so Lone Phoenix says now he's joking. I kid. Oh, okay. Thanks, Lone. Appreciate that. Anyway, all right. Well, you know what? We're at the half an hour mark, so we got to get some ads up on this show. So somehow after only one story. So let's do the first ad block here. We'll be right back in about 3 minutes. So take a break, use the bathroom, or watch these ads and see if you want to use some of these codes here to help out the show and help out yourself. We'll be right back.
You know, I was at the airport and TSA agent made fun of my wallet, told me I could fit my whole family in there if I wanted to. And it was a really good joke, buddy. But I'll tell you, made me self-conscious. And now I don't have to worry about that because I don't have the big bulky wallet anymore. Ridge is the bomb, yo. Why? Well, it's unique. It's slim. It's a modern design. It holds up to 12 cards plus cash. It's got premium materials like aluminum, titanium, carbon fiber. It's got over 50 colors and styles to choose from. So the one that I love my Giants customized one, and I know you're a Cowboys fan. Well, guess what? You can get one for the Cowboys too. Just don't tell me about it. It's got over 100,000 five-star reviews. And all Ridge products have a lifetime warranty. It's literally the last wallet that you're ever going to have to buy. Losing the wallet is the worst. It's the worst. But with the Ridge AirTag attachment, you'll always know where it is before panic mode kicks in. No matter what you pick, Ridge has free shipping, 99-day risk-free trial, and a lifetime warranty on all of their products. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off at Ridge. We got to use that code Christian at checkout. You head on over to ridge.com, use that code Christian, then you're all set. After the purchase, they're going to say, hey, where'd you find us from? You're going to say, Kristian Harloff Show told me about it. And that's going to support the show. So go and do that. Don't get the Cowboys one. I guess you can. All right, I've been talking a lot about going to the gym, and I go 4 days a week. I do it. But I've been looking for something really to make sure that I can do on the weekends because I feel like I'm in it now. I'm in it. I want to get a good workout in. So Hydro, I do it all at home on my schedule, and I do it in 20 minutes. Rowing on the Hydro, it gets me the full body workout, and I don't ever even have to leave the house. It's great. I just found out about it not too long ago. I said, let me check it out. I saw all these great reviews about it, and man, it is the way to go. It's a secret weapon for a full body workout. It hits like 86% of your muscles, arms, legs, core, all of it. And you can knock it out again in 20 minutes. It's efficient, and it actually works. One thing that I really love about it, you don't get bored. Hydro's got tons of workouts with actual Olympians, and they're filmed in this gorgeous outdoor spots all over the world. It makes it way easier to stay motivated. If you're on the fence about it, there's a free shipping. It's 30-day risk-free trial, and Hydro offers a full year warranty. Honestly, no pressure. You try it out, you see how it feels. So if you need to skip the gym, not the workout, you stay on track with Hydro. For a limited time, go to hydro.com and use the code Christian. You save up to $475 off your Hydro Pro Rower during Hydro's Memorial Day sale. That is hydrow.com. Use the code Christian. That is Hydro, hydrow.com. Code Christian to save up to $475. Hydro.com. Code Christian.
There you go. Hydro.com. Code Christian. You can get on a Hydro rower. What would you have you ever used a rower at the gym, Rox? Like what do you do?
Yeah, when I was in college, our school gym had like the rowers. There were so many of them. It was almost like a social activity. Everybody would all use them.
Right.
And it was hard. It was challenging. But no, I'm an elliptical girly.
Oh yeah. The elliptical is the way to go.
Yeah, and I have a bike a stationary bike that I got on QVC when the pandemic started, and I used that. I try to use it every day for at least like, even if it's like a 5-10 minute just little like thing, or longer than that, but just to get a little movement. Because man, sometimes it's hard to get going.
Yeah, girl. It doesn't get easier as you get older.
Yeah.
Do you have one of the old school ones that go down, like on your bike? The handlebars go down, or is it just straight?
So it's the best $250 I ever spent in my life. It folds an ironing board. It's like because everybody that finds out I have a bike, because I use my bike all the time and I'll respond to things on it, and they're like, "Oh, you got a Peloton?" And I'm like, it's literally an ironing board. But so it can go down, it can go up.
Nice! Look at that. See,
yeah.
So people want to know what's on your shirt. I've seen some people asking in the chat what's on your shirt.
Oh yeah, rejectnationshop.com. This thing's amazing. I think this was a Greg design.
Nice.
It's the Last of Us / Mandalorian crossover with our dude.
Child Protection Services.
Yeah, exactly. They did a good job with this one. I will say, I'll give them this too. They use such a soft shirt company. Like their shirts are really soft. Yeah.
That's
Greg's super, super picky about materials. I think he's got a little of the OCD about it. So when he used to tell me like that they look high and low for, I was like, oh yeah. And then I tried, I was like, yeah, this is a soft ass shirt.
It's because he has sensitive nipples. Usually when dudes have sensitive nipples, they have an issue with the coarseness of shirts.
You see that with the marathon runners, right?
All the time. The chafing on marathon runners is massive. Yeah. Like Jenna has talked about that. Jenna Bush, when she does she talks about like the dangers of chafing.
I haven't heard that name in so long.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Jenna's great. I love her.
That's awesome. Wow. I don't think I've heard her name in like 10 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah. She's in fantastic shape. Got married. She is running those marathons all the time. So, because we're on Facebook friends and I see all her posts that are amazing. So, yeah. Anyway, it's a lot. Yeah. All right, let's move on. We got to move. I know I'm getting tense. Teela, live action He-Man. Let's talk about this. Speaking of being in shape, using the bike. I mean, Teela clearly. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a big crush on Teela and He-Man, but she arrives in live action with these He-Man set photos. Filming on the new live action Masters of the Universe film in the UK continues, and more set photos have emerged via Dumois. This time we see not only actor Nicholas Galitzine as Prince Adam / He-Man in his average Earthwear, but also we finally get a look at a costume from the film in the form of actress Camila Mendes, who plays Teela, dressed in a white bodysuit with leather sections, red boots / gun holsters, wrist bracelets, and more. Say no more. This is said to be only one of multiple outfits Teela will wear in the film. It's expected that the film will see young Prince Adam, having been sent to Earth as a very young kid for his protection. Now he's an adult. Someone didn't check that. And he's called back to Eternia to defend his home planet against the evil forces of Skeletor and uncover the mysteries of his own past. The pair of actors join Idris Elba as Duncan / Man-at-Arms, Alison Brie as Evil Lynn, Myrna Baccarin as the Sorceress, and Jared Leto as Skeletor. What an interestingly insane cast. Also starring are James Purefoy, Charlotte Riley, Sam C. Wilson, Hafthor Bjornsson, Johannes Hauker Johannesson, thank you, and Kojo Ata. Travis Knight directed the film from a script by Chris Butler with the first draft by David Campbell. Here we go. These are the shots here. Look at him. Look at this guy. It looks like he just finished. It looks like Hemsworth's other brother, this guy. He's like the lost cousin. And there's Camilla as Teela. There they are on the sets. Anything exciting here, Roxy?
Well, honestly, this isn't my franchise. I don't know anything about it other than Kristian continuing to be very bummed about the direction that he feels like they're going in.
Yes.
But this is the first time that I'm learning that Camila Mendes is one of the stars of this, which I've watched her for years and years because I'm a CW stan and I love her on Riverdale.
Oh, that's where she made her name, is Riverdale? Okay.
Yeah, she is Veronica of Betty and Veronica.
Oh, okay.
So she has done an amazing job over on that show. She is obviously gorgeous. She's very talented. So I always get excited when we see any of the, like when Nina Dobrev took off, any of the CW stars kind of like make their way onto the scene more and become more household names. So that part gets me excited. And I like Nicholas Gallant scene, and I like Alison Brie. So this cat, I take or leave Jared Leto. But this cast seems cool. I don't mean that as meanly as it sounded. I just mean like he's definitely not a con for me, but it's not like I see his name and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited for that project.
It doesn't move the needle either way for you.
Which is weird because he is extremely talented.
Yes, absolutely.
He is extremely talented. It's just it wasn't a knock on that as much as just like I guess I'm not as attracted to his projects necessarily sometimes.
Right. That's fair. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I mean, I like Travis Knight, certainly a fantastic director. So there's not much you can tell from the set photos, other than they're trying to honor the look of Teela from the comic, from the animated series for sure. Prince Adam stuff being on Earth initially, I don't know how that's going to work, but like I said, I trust Travis. I'm gonna hope that he's gonna do a good job because I liked his Bumblebee. What was the other one? Didn't he do the Kubo and the two strings? Wasn't that Travis Knight as well?
No, I didn't see it. I don't know
what else, but yeah,
I think we're a year out from this.
Yeah, can you believe that they're already shooting that
June 5th? Yeah, a little more than a year, huh?
What's your feelings on Doomsday? They've just started shooting.
Are you just thinking about things that are a year out?
Do you think that's coming out in May of next year, Roxy?
Do I think it's coming out in May? Yeah, I do. Do you think that they're going to push it?
100%.
Oh.
Yeah. I just don't think the special effects, all those cast members and all their superhero powers, and you're going to be able to get all the post-production done in 1 year. I just don't know if that's possible. Maybe
when would they push it to, though?
The summer or the fall of next year, but I don't know how they hit that May 26th. I think it's May 26th release date. I just don't know.
I think it's earlier than that actually. I think we just hit the 1 year. I think it's like the first week of May. Let me look.
Might be right. Yeah. So that's even more.
Sometimes I love what we do and sometimes I can't stand what we do because you're asking me how I feel about Doomsday, and everybody knows I'm a DC girly.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, you are DC movie news. Yes, I know.
In terms of like, I love Marvel movies, but in terms of my knowledge base, I'm a DC girly. So when it comes to something like Doomsday, the stakes aren't as high for me because I'm not sitting here thinking Doom has to be this way.
Right.
But for what we do for a living, one of the things that I do is I work with the Real Rejects, and who's over on the Real Rejects other than the most comic book knowledgeable person I've ever talked to in my life, which is Coy.
Oh yeah.
Coy and Greg do a show together, a podcast together that I edit and post things for social media for. And every week they're talking about why they're so not excited for Doomsday.
Oh wow.
So I've picked up a lot of different things that they're really bummed about. Like the fact that they don't feel like we have time to build to Doom because Greg has been going back and reading different comic books where he's appearing, and he's like, we're not going to have time to do this origin story. We're not going to have time to have him be the dictator of Latvia. We're not going to have time to see this. We're not going to have time to see this. All things that I didn't know about because I don't know about Doom in that kind of way. I know like a more of a casual fan. So now I'm sitting here like I was stoked for this movie. And then the more I hear people who know what they're talking about talk about it, the less excited I get for the movie.
Well, yeah, and I can understand that. And it's a little weird to have them, be worried about it, but I because they seem they're usually very positive about stuff.
They are. I know that's why I'm more worried because they want to be positive.
Yeah. Like if you were worried about a DC film, people should get concerned.
Right? Exactly. And the fact that they're a little worried, but how are you feeling about Doomsday?
Yeah, I'm trying to remove that concern because I think they have a plan that they have not told us about that is much longer. So all the things that Greg and Coy rightfully and other people are rightfully worried about, I think that's going to be solved on the back end. And by that I mean I don't think Doom's done after Doomsday or Secret Wars.
So I think that there's going to be a Doom that isn't RDJ.
That is RDJ. No, I think RDJ is going to stay on through the next few phases. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think they see him as their golden calf, and they do not want to get rid of him anymore. And I think they've worked out the deals. And I think RDJ will play Doom for as long as he wants to play Doom and help steady the ship into the next phases. And what's more exciting than as an older actor coming back to play a new role in the franchise that you helped establish, and you're going to play with all these new actors who are coming in to play X-Men and coming in to play mutants and coming in to play the Fantastic Four. So I think there's an excitement from him as an artist creatively to work with these up and coming young actors and see what new energy and new things they can create as artists. So for me, I think that's all the stuff that Greg and Coy are concerned about. I hope that's what I'm hoping, that they're smart enough that they're going to do all that stuff on the back end, and we'll get more of the story of Doom and Doomsday, and then that story will continue on through the next few movies. But
this is why I can't be held accountable for my thoughts on this, John, because it sounds good to me. Like this is how easily I am swayed about things. You know, I feel so much more confident at this age and at this point in life telling people I am not the authority on this situation.
Right.
And I am happy to change my mind at any given time.
Yeah.
And the more that people say their thoughts on it, I'm like, oh, that sounds, maybe that. Like there's some things in life that I'm so certain about, and this is not one of them.
Yeah.
Is Doomsday going to be good? Certainly hope so.
Yeah, we'll see. And we don't know what Doomsday is going to be like, and we don't know what they're going to profile in Doomsday, or even how long Doomsday is going to be. So that's going to be another element of this. How much time are they going to spend with his backstory in that movie? So, but
I'm curious from you guys at home, do you agree with John that this is going to get pushed, or do you guys think we're going to see this movie in May of 2026?
Yeah, let us know. And we're only up to 27 super chats, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get that number up to 100. Let's go.
What happened?
Send in your questions, send in your thoughts and comments as we go along here. Almost 500 of you joining us right now. So please send in your super chats. We're going to get into a couple more stories, and then we're going to talk about Mission Impossible here, our reaction to it here in just a second. Our next story here, let's talk a little Creed action. Roxy here, I think I've got this. Yeah, here we go. Creed. Creed gets a spin-off TV series called Delphi. This is Roxy's wheelhouse here. Amazon Prime Video has ordered Delphi, the first live-action TV series set in the same universe as the Creed and Rocky franchise. Michael B. Jordan and his Outlier Society company are set to produce the new series for the streamer, which will take place at the titular boxing gym of the films. The story will focus on the young athletes who populate the ring, but no other specific details have been made available. The three Creed films have grossed more than $660 million at the worldwide box office, with each entry seeing an uptick in its box office. Jordan starred in all three films as Adonis Donnie Creed. It's not clear if he will reprise the role for the series yet, and if he did, whether it would be for merely a cameo or a full-on supporting role. Marco Ramirez will serve as showrunner, as well as executive producer Liz Raposo, Erwin Winkler, David Winkler, and Charles Winkler produce. No talk of Sylvester Stallone in this at all. But yeah, what do you think about it? Do you think there's an interest in the live action TV series that's a spinoff here for Prime Video, or is this more like a bit of a cash grab? Okay.
No, I think there's definitely, I have a lot of thoughts about this. Like you said, this is way more in my wheelhouse because television. And I also love the Rocky franchise, and I love the Creed franchise, which I guess is one franchise, but the way they do it really isn't now.
That's fair.
So I think that there's a big need for this, not even just as a spin-off, but just in general, a fighting show. I think that the Amazon tends to throw a lot of money at their shows.
True.
We know that they don't have an issue with big budgets, so they will be able to get good people in this show, whether it's the people that we know or new people or what. They'll be able to get a good cast. It's not something that they struggle with. We'll be able to have something that looks, sounds, and is amazing. What we need to focus on, of course, is story here. I like the fact that Michael B. Jordan is producing this and his company is producing this, because I think that he has become such an unbelievable artist. I think he's learned from the best. I think he's been in this industry for a really long time. Throwing it back to Friday Night Lights, this man has really studied the craft, and he's the best in the world at what he does. And so watching him kind of take the reins is cool. I always am a little weary of what is going on with Sly, because I am an artist and I'm a creator, and I feel like when you create something, you should be able to have some control over it. And we know that that is not what ended up happening with him and his franchise. If you guys know the story, a lot of people would refer to him as getting royally screwed on this. So I'm not sure what the deal is with him when it comes to the show. I hope that there is some kind of good blood here, and that maybe there is an appearance or a consulting or something. Do I want to see Michael B. Jordan in this show? I think if he's producing it and his company's producing it, it's very likely we will get a cameo. And that would be cool if he pops in once a season or something. But do I think that we need a show that focuses on him? No, I actually don't think that that's beneficial for the show, for him to be the lead character of this. I don't think that's the direction that they will go in or should go in. What do you think?
I mean, you spoke about CW here in just a few minutes ago, and they have a series that is on CW that's gone on for, I think, 7 seasons called All American, right? Where they profile this high school, they profile these people playing at the high school football. And so the fact that it's been able to go that many seasons shocked the hell out of me, because I remember watching half of the first season and liking it and then just kind of falling off.
Yeah.
And so the idea of doing a show on Prime Video where you're focusing on the other boxers in the gym, which we've seen numerous times from the first Rocky film on, there have always been other boxers in the gym who didn't get the fairy tale ending or didn't get the story or whatever. So what are the things that you're telling about these other boxers? We're probably going to get into their personal lives, how they train, what they're doing. So it's going to be an interesting story to tell. And will there be some situation of, jealousy of like how things are going with Adonis versus them? And are they going to fight Adonis at some point? Are they building to that? Or are they focusing on the other weight divisions, like the lightweight, middleweight stuff where Adonis is not in? So there's another way to open that. And will we get what's his face back from The Wire to be the trainer for that gym? God, I can't remember the actor's name right now, but in the guy in Avon Barksdale in The Wire, getting him back to be a part of this as well. Yeah, I was in the I can't remember his name right now offhand, but yeah, are we going? Is it Wood?
Also curious. What'd you say?
Is it Wood? Wood something? I forget what his name is. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Wood Harris.
Yes, Wood Harris. Sorry about that.
Yeah. What do you think? I don't remember where we were at with Jonathan Major's character.
Right.
But Michael B. Jordan has been pretty outspoken about that being his friend.
Great point.
I don't even know what point I'm making other than to say thoughts.
Yeah, I think that's a very real possibility. Although, I mean, man, he was just on his way to possibly making a comeback with the Magazine Dream stuff. And that audio came out and you're just like, oh my God, this is so bad. So you wonder if maybe he's now back into, in essence, actor jail until more time passes.
If anybody's going to put him in a project.
Yes, it would be Michael B. Yeah, exactly. And risk the backlash from it, it would be Michael B. And I also think Prime Video might not have a problem with it because they might be actually putting Magazine Dreams up on their service. So I think it would be interesting to see if this is the way back. Jonathan Majors, who would have normally turned down a series like this 5 years ago at the status they were 4 years ago, now coming in maybe to guide these young men in their pursuit because of what he experienced through his jealousy in Creed 3, that could be interesting. That's a good way to redeem him if they wanted to redeem him. Not that I'm
not advocating for or against it, but I think story-wise, there could be an avenue there. I would be excited. I am excited for this show, honestly. I think that this is smart, and I love sports dramas.
Yes.
I love sports dramas in the form of real life, in the form of movies, and in the form of television. This is a category that I hope to spin on the proverbial wheel. This just works for me. I think that the best stories of our time oftentimes have to do with sports. So and there's a lot to borrow from. You mentioned All American, but I can't think of a single sports show that's been on TV that I didn't enjoy.
Right. Someone mentioned The Kingdom, which was a profile in the MMA stuff with Frank Grillo. So yeah,
I heard Gavin O'Connor talking about doing a Warriors. Was it a spinoff show or was it on Matt Serra's show? He was talking to him about it.
Yeah.
And obviously this is a little different, but maybe he should talk to Michael B. Maybe they can work together, join forces.
Why not? I mean, Gavin is Damn good director.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
Yeah, I just saw The Accountant 2 and really enjoyed what he did with that.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm waiting for Grammy to watch it with me. We've got to rewatch The First Accountant so we can remember all of them.
Such a good show. All right, let's get into it. We got to get into Mission Impossible here, Roxy. And after this, we're going to get into your TV picks, which I am very much looking forward to hearing you talk about this stuff. But the first reactions are in for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. The first reviews are out. Well, the first reviews are not available till tomorrow. The eighth and likely film for now, anyway, in the venerable action film franchise that began back in 1996 in terms of critical acclaim. The series has mostly been quite well regarded. The first film scored softly positive reviews at the time, but has mostly gone up in estimation. The second was softly panned with critics and widely panned with the audiences. Yes, I hated that one. The third is more mixed. It certainly has its supporters. I love the third one, but there's a lot who don't like it as much as the second. The second trilogy of MI films, on the other hand, Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, and Fallout, have all been highly acclaimed and beloved by critics and fans alike. Then came Dead Reckoning, which went very well with critics initially, but the fans and audience were decidedly more mixed on it. Can The Final Reckoning stick the landing? Well, the first press screening reactions are out ahead of the film's Cannes premiere, and they are incredibly mixed. The film's major set pieces, the submarine, the biplane sequences, are universally praised. It's the rest of the film around it where there's a whole lot of more division. Some adore it. Some others are calling it this franchise's Rise of Skywalker. Oh, bullshit. Here's a sampling. Kristen Lopez said, as someone mid on the last Mission Impossible, this sticks the landing. Taut, masterfully edited. The ensemble cast works beautifully. Plenty of callbacks to the original series in service of a fitting conclusion. Had a blast. Nate Adams over at Awards Watch says, absolutely rocks. It cranks the stakes higher than ever before and masterfully fuses white-knuckle espionage with relentless action sequences. All hail Tom Cruise, who is once again a force of nature. And the final 45 minutes, my God. Agreed. Anton Warman, Fade to Black, Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning. The first hour gets bogged down in exposition, but once it gets out of its own way, it soars. Incredible set pieces. Tom Cruise remains the world's most entertaining madman. And Tremel Tillman is on scene-stealing form. Liked it. Mike Reyes over at Cinema Blend, a vast improvement over Dead Reckoning. Stakes are back. Tension is back in a certain fave sequel. Became a whole lot more important, despite some glossed-over story beats and the biggest loose thread in IMF history. It's a fitting finale. Let's hit some ones that are not so positive. Matt Neglia in Next Best Picture said, bigger doesn't always mean better. The film sometimes buckles under the weight of its ambition, bogged down by excessive callbacks, overstuffed exposition, unnecessary tie-ins, and forced revelations. Despite its flaws, the supposed final mission serves as a satisfactory conclusion. David Ehrlich, IndieWire, was pretty brutal, said, Final Reckoning is dull and dysfunctional in a way I didn't think this franchise was capable of. I mean, did you see MI2? What are you talking about? Set pieces are obviously incredible, but as someone so supportive of Cruise's crusade to save the movies and whatnot, this was a massive heartbreaker. And Jermaine Lucier at IO9 says, oddly, the least action-forward entry in the franchise. It's long, it's plotty, it's repetitive. When those scenes do hit, holy shit, they're incredible. So I'm pretty mixed on it. Overall high highs, low lows. So, Roxy Striar, that's enough of those. What are your thoughts here?
It's hard to give my thoughts after seeing this movie and not being able to give my thoughts on those negative reviews and how much I disagree with what they said.
Right.
But I can't speak on that yet.
Yeah.
So, but when referring to this as the Rise of Skywalker, I wonder if they just mean that it's controversial, that there's
maybe.
People who love it and people who don't. But I feel like when Rise of Skywalker came out, it was more controversial, and now it feels like there's a lot more negativity on it than positivity. Maybe that's just from where I'm sitting. So I'm not exactly sure what that comparison was. Hearing these reviews, man, it seems like the general consensus is that the scenes that work for everyone.
Right. Yes. The biplane and the sub scene. Yes, for sure. Well,
I'm annoyed. I am annoyed with people on this. I'm annoyed with people on this. I don't understand. I don't understand the way that we try to make everything Casablanca.
Okay.
The way that it's like the deep dives and I think we should expect a lot from our cinema, but
yeah,
the way that we talk about act structure and dialogue and whatever other, I don't understand this is a Mission Impossible movie. Right.
It's just supposed to entertain you. Right. And
it is the purpose.
Yeah.
It's the only purpose.
Right. Yeah.
So I think everybody walking out of this should ask themselves that.
Right.
Did this movie do its job?
Right.
And how you could say no after seeing this, how we could see some of those reviews, it's hard for me to understand.
Yeah, we do have one more reaction from @Roxy Striar. She says, when it comes to Mission Impossible, I feel like a child. 20 of the criticism, la, 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 I can't hear you. This movie made me so happy. If you want a wild spectacle with insane action sequences and some sweet character moments, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is for you. But maybe she meant it as some sweet character moments. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is for you.
All right, let's see what my friend John Rocha had to say.
No, it's too long. You don't have to read it. It's ridiculous.
Here we go. Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning is an epic opera of an action movie. A love letter to the franchise. Oh my God, you're mortified, so you took yourself off screen. Love letter to the franchise, and to those of us who love it, that turns its amplifiers up to 11 on everything: the action, drama, emotions, death-defying action sequences, and entertainment. A story about the global dangers of AI and the people who would seek to harness it. It also serves as a commentary on the power of humanity when we strive to do what's good for all rather than the few. Its maestro Tom Cruise has never been better as Ethan Hunt, and this movie puts him through hell and back. He and McQuarrie grab you by the collar and toss you onto their runaway train of a movie to entertain you one last time. It does stumble a bit in the first act, laying out its dense plot, not a bad thing, and catching the casuals up through flashbacks, but then it finds its footing and takes us full throttle through this movie, hurling from one plot point to the next. It features some great callbacks for us hardcore Mission Impossible fans, especially the Donlo stuff. Two of the best action sequences of the series, the sub and biplane scenes, and some of the truest emotion you'll ever see in this franchise. It is the final send-off for Tom Cruise in the Mission Impossible franchise, and they nailed the target Ethan Hunt style. Go see it in IMAX. And then there's a cool GIF. I wanted to read it all because I think that this is an excellent, fair review.
Thank you.
Or whatever we're allowed to call it, not review. Thoughts.
Reaction. Yes, reaction. Social media reaction. So we can say that we both liked it. We both enjoyed it. That's our reactions. We both had a blast with it. And we both are confused by some of the vitriolic reactions to the movie.
What was your experience? What was your viewing experience for this?
It was here at the local IMAX, just 10 minutes away at Mira Mesa. And they just redid the whole theater. Like every theater now has leather seating and recliner seating. So I got there early because I usually press screenings. I try to get there just a little bit late because I can see where everybody's sitting. Because I don't like to sit next to people. I like to have a little bit of a gap between me and people now. So,
and are the screenings by you? It's possible to have a gap.
Yes, because not a lot of, depending on the film and the studio, because Disney is only press, but some of these other studios mix in influencers with press, and some of these other studios mix in people who are not a member of anything, regular fans, to come in and watch with us. So I don't like to go to those screenings. I really try to avoid those screenings, but the ones that are press only, those are my jam. But this was a little bit of a mix, but it was only 80% full, the theater, so only certain people were invited. And I got to sit in my leather chair and literally sat Indian style the whole time, just like I was 10 years old, watching this massive television on the screen there with Mission Impossible 8. And look, I had watched Final Reckoning or Last Reckoning yesterday, and I was like, it's good. It's not necessarily up where Fallout and Rogue Nation are, but it's good. And so I was a little concerned that maybe this one wouldn't hit it. And I was just transfixed from beginning to end in what it all is. And I think you have to love the franchise to love this movie. And I think that's what I liked about it. So I can't speak on it as a casual because I'm a massive fan of this franchise.
I can't wait until we can really fully talk about this because there's so many follow-up questions for you. Just so many follow-up questions. I am so excited to talk about this movie with people.
Yeah. Ditto. We'll leave it at that. But something that we're all excited to hear about is, and go look at the reactions, go take a look at them. Definitely, I would recommend, I hope Roxy echoes this too, see it in IMAX if you can, because that is the best way to enjoy this movie. But Roxy, let's get into things you're into and you cover, and let's get into your TV picks. Solo night out for you. Let's get it. What do we got?
Well, I wait till you pull one of them up and then I tell you what it is.
Was that how it goes? They didn't tell me that. Is there a graphic for that?
There's graphics for each one. That's how I know what we're talking about.
All right. Go ahead. Number one.
Thing, though.
Put them up like this.
Really good job so far. Here we go. Your friends and neighbors. You guys told me to watch this, so I did. This is the new Jon Hamm show that's on Apple, and it's actually right now rated above. Why are you laughing?
Because no one's ever told me this, so I'm sorry. I feel bad. Go ahead.
Nobody's ever told you about the show or to put up the graphics.
Well, to put up the graphics.
You said, so tell me what you got. I said, you tell me, John. Okay. This show is actually above the studio right now in terms of recommendations on Apple. This is at number 1. The studio's at number 2. Do I think that that's accurate? No, I would say I prefer the studio, but this show is very good and it's not what it seems. So we've got a bunch of rich people. One of them's Jon Hamm. One of them's Olivia Munn. We've got a lot of actors that you guys will know and recognize. And it seems like they're living this rich people life. And you're going to watch a show that's very like, all right, how do rich people backstab each other? And then something happens at the end of the first episode where I was like, oh, that's different. That's what we're doing here. Okay, let's see how this goes. And then I binged the whole show or caught up to where we are, which I believe is episode 6. Jon Hamm is awesome at the helm of this. It is really fun. And is it the best show of the year? If I'm going to recommend you guys 5 shows to watch this year, no. But if you watch a lot of shows, is this one worth your time? Yes, it is.
Fantastic. All right. I have the screeners for this one. I haven't even started it. And I liked John in Landman, so I'm curious to see.
He's so good in Landman. Yeah.
All right, let's go to your next one here, Roxy, and that is this banger.
Okay, I'm so bummed for Kristian that he's not here for this because you remember, John, that I have been having some mixed Andor thoughts.
Oh, yes, at the beginning, yes.
But this 3 episode arc that we got, which it was 7, 8, and 9, is clearly phenomenal. And I texted Kristian about it afterwards. Episode 8 is obviously just so unbelievable.
Yeah.
Episode 9 I thought was such a great 1-2 punch. Bix is my favorite character, and I think that she makes the ultimate sacrifice in this episode for the rebellion. And I think that was. I was waiting to see where her priorities lie and what she was going to do. And I felt like proud of her, which is such a weird, I just love Bix. I love Bix. I love Cassian too. The sound design, I don't think can be underrated in this episode, in episode 8, just with the galaxy is watching, the way that you feel in your core, what you're hearing, what you're seeing. It wasn't confusing anymore to me. I wasn't questioning characters anymore. I understood what people's motivations were. Mon Mothma, for the first time ever, I cared about, which you guys know I've had a really hard time caring about Mon Mothma, but now I did. So I just thought this was excellent. I'm worried about tonight because I hear that the best arc was 7, 8, and 9. So I'm hoping that I feel strongly about 10, 11, and 12. I know you've seen them all, John. What do you think the chances are that I like these next 3?
I think you'll enjoy them. I don't think you'll like them like 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9 is cinema. That's cinema. That's cinema as the Scorsese meme shows you. And I'm glad you like them. I'm glad you highlighted 8 because 8 is my favorite episode of Star Wars television ever, animated or live action. Period. Episode
8's amazing. It's amazing for a show that I think is decent. Episode 8 is an incredible episode, and probably should be independently nominated for an Emmy.
Oh, I wish. Yeah, it's a great point. 100%. Yeah, it's the best. The show. Everything's been leading to episode 8, and it paid off big time. We got another show that's currently on air. This one on HBO Max. What do you got?
The Last of Us, guys. Oh man, what a brutal episode. I don't mean brutal like not good. I just mean brutal as in Bella's off the rocker. Am I right? It is so crazy to watch what hate does to a person and how if you let something put blinders on you and you let rage take over, you become the worst version of yourself 10 out of 10 times. And the fact that I'm sitting here rooting for people to be the worst versions of themselves because I'm so angry for them, this show just makes you question everything about yourself and everything about what you're seeing. I am flipped by The Last of Us. I really, really think that this show is doing a great job, but also I miss my guy and I can't deny it. I miss my guy. And it's hard for me to say yet whether or not I think the show made the right choice. The game made the right choice.
Yeah. And next episode got teased, and certainly we're going to see your guy if you guys have seen the preview for the next episode. So what are those flashbacks going to reveal to us? So I'm going to be really curious. Yeah, I like that last episode. It was the shortest of the season. Yet I really enjoyed
it.
What
flew by. It did feel very, very short.
Yep. And you nail it. This idea of succumbing to revenge, how it changes you as a person. And I love that the show challenges us as a viewer. Where do we land on all the actions from all of these people? Because the difference between Fedra, the wolves, the Seraphites, and Joel and Ellie is very blurred. Very blurred depending on who you're siding with. So, yeah.
Oh, and one last thing, just because I know you guys are so you care so much about this. And the last time John was here, I referenced this. I'm in love with Jesse, so let's just keep throwing that energy out there, just so everybody knows. And then, like, my guy is like, people who save people are hot, so let's just acknowledge that from Jesse this week.
Right.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Jesse's so hot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he looked really
It was
good.
very important for me to add that part in. Everybody's like, oh my God, you're so thirsty and objectifying everybody. I don't care. Jesse's so hot. That's my lover. All I've heard from you guys is for the last 2 years is Pedro's so hot. Pedro's so hot. And I agree. Nobody on the planet doesn't think Pedro's hot. Everybody knows Pedro's hot, but where's the Jesse talk?
Okay. All right. Young Mazzino, if you're watching, we've got a date for you.
Where's the Jesse talk?
All right, let's move on to our next
That's
one.
my man.
Is this guy your man?
This? Did you check
out? No, is this on Netflix? Where is this at?
Yes.
Okay.
It's awesome. I recommend this to everybody because you don't even have to be a Conan fan. It's everybody that was there speaking about him. It's all your favorite late night people. Ooh. It's the hottest current comedian, which is Nikki Glaser. It is Sarah Silverman. It's Camille Nanjiani. It is everybody that is like politely roasting and also giving admiration towards Conan. It's funny. There's a lot of politics involved because of the drama around the Kennedy Center.
Oh, yeah.
So, a lot of comparisons to Conan is a red, orange-haired person. Trump is an orange-haired person. There's a lot of jokes about that. They were funny. Like everything was kind of just super funny. And I loved the way that they brought out different bits that Conan's done throughout the years. They really went back into his catalog. Everybody prepared so great for him. And it's, I think, 90 minutes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
A nice watch. Yeah.
The only clip I saw was the interrupter guy coming in the middle of Nikki's, and that clip I saw on TikTok, I was laughing my nuts off. So
it's so fun. She hasn't missed in a while.
Yeah. She's gone next level. She's gone next, whatever she did, whatever, it's the way it works sometimes. You see those athletes hit their prime and they can all of a sudden see everything like Neo. She is in that space. Her and Nate Bargatze are the two biggest ones.
Yeah, right, he's huge right now too. But it's so interesting because 2 years ago I'm watching Nikki host F-Boy Island or whatever it is. So, and she was great on that. But it's then between the Tom Brady roast, just everything she's done to kind of branch out so different people know who she is. Right. Because I remember even when she did Tom Brady, some people were like, "Who's Nikki?" And it was like, "Well, she has a Sirius XM show and whatever, things that people didn't know."
She had numerous stand-ups too. Yeah. But maybe she found herself a head writer like this lady did on your next TV show. Bang! What a segue. Bang. Go ahead.
Oh, I love this season. I'm so happy with this season. This most recent episode actually brought me to tears. there is, I know that some people are still behind on this, so I won't give spoilers, but there's a scene by an ocean that just to me was like the most beautiful. And I love watching relationships between younger women and more mature older women that show industry relationships and like how you end up treating people the way that you were treated coming up. And there were so many people in the Gene Smart era in real life, like we see episodes with Rosie O'Donnell and whatnot, who were just absolutely tortured by people. And then do you choose to be somebody who tortures other people or not? This is definitely one of those art imitates life. The lines are blurred between what is character and what is human and what they're putting into things. And I think that this is such a phenomenal show.
One of the biggest reasons that I spent 4 weeks emailing back and forth with WB to get access to their screeners was to get the new season of Hacks. And
so good.
Because I love this show. And we because Lady Owl loves the show as well. We blazed through this season, all 10 episodes in 2 days. Like we just ripped through it because it's such a good season. It's I don't think it's the best. I still think season 2 is the best, or maybe 3.
Season 2 is so good.
Right? Season 2 is like probably the best, but this season was excellent because, as you said, the evolution of their relationship as a young performer, older performer, and then her having to confront these things as a head writer and where it leads to is absolutely shocking. And so I
do think that this season is better than last season, actually.
Yeah, I agree with that. This I agree with. Yes. Yeah.
And right. I like last season. There's never been a season I didn't like, but this season is, I know some people like started to sleep on last season, and now I think that they brought the heat back.
It's probably 2, 4, 3, 1. I would imagine the ranking for me personally. I don't know how you feel about that. That's probably where I'm at.
2, 4, 3, 1. I loved 1 also, though. Yeah. I haven't finished this season yet, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, cool. Anything else TV wise? We should probably get into. Oh wait, we should probably do an ad first, and then we're going to get into the questions. We're at 38 questions though.
We need more. People. You guys have this ad to send us questions in.
Come on, people, send it in. We'll be right back right after this. And thank you, Roxy, for the TV picks.
You know, a lot of times, especially for my business, I got to find ways to send people cashish. You got to send them cash. And it's so frustrating, some of these programs, whether you get a big fee that they include. It's like, oh, we're going to take, we can send it, but we're going to take 80%. It's like, what? And sometimes you send the money by accident to the wrong person, and you're like, oh, no, how do I get that back? And or sometimes you just try to get the cash, and then it's like, oh, there's a processing delay, and they don't really tell you why. Well, not anymore. Because Cash App, that's the way to go. Why? Cash App is a safe, it's easy, it's a fast way to send, receive, and transfer money to family and friends. It's so easy to get started. It's like, you know, I get frustrated with stuff quick. I didn't have to call Brett for this one. I just did it. I just signed up. Money shows up right away. You don't have to wait around for days. It's your money. You don't have to wait for it. And the best part is that they also have your back. It's about sending money. And if you're going to send money and you're going to send it to a sketchy account or a scam, there's a warning that pops up. Do you feel more relaxed knowing that Cash App has your back? You should, because that's how I felt. If you don't have Cash App, I'm going to ask you this question. What the hell is wrong with you? Get it. It's so easy. You can just, next time, by the way, when you're at dinner with somebody, like, I'll get you back next time. You go, nope, we can just split it through Cash App. Don't let them get away with it. Limited time only. New Cash App users can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. For real, no catch. You just download Cash App and sign up. Use our exclusive referral code, Kristian, in your profile. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you're going to get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App.
There you go. That's money. That's Cash App, as Kristian would say. So sign up for that stuff, people. Yes. All right, let's get into these questions, Roxy. Let's see what we got. What do people put these questions? There we go. Here we go. Shea Markel, Warfare, my number 2 movie for 2025 so far. Have you seen it? Yes, twice. Roxy, have you seen it?
I haven't yet.
Okay. All right.
I should?
Yes, 100%. It's an hour and a half of war. So just prepare yourself of a battle. So anyway, best wishes to you all. Thank you, Shea. Shea also says, regarding The Last of Us, I feel that I like the show still, but it's officially just okay now. The magic is gone for me due to some directing and story choices. Are you seeing that from people, Roxy?
A lot of people.
Yeah.
I get it.
Right.
So, you know, it's hard to like, I had a friend who the other day who's not in the industry at all, not a gamer, does not know what happened in the show. Still to this day does not know.
Right.
And they were like, "Oh, The Last of Us season 2 is out. Should I watch it?" That's what they asked me.
Wow.
And I was like, did you like season 1? And they were like, "Yeah, I love season 1. Joel's my favorite character ever." And then it's like, I don't know what to say. Like,
yeah, we have to wait for the season to end because it's only 2 episodes left because there's only 7 episodes in this season.
Is that true? Wow, damn.
Yeah, and there might be questions about whether this next episode it seems to be it's going to be a flashback episode. There might be questions about whether they should have just played the Joel and Ellie thing out all season and then brought in Abby at the end to do what she did as a cliffhanger to lead us into season 3. So there might be arguments because, yeah, I see a lot of people pulling away because of what happened to Joel. So
yeah,
we'll see. Tom Hanks is in here. Oh, thank you, Tom. He says, how many 5 out of 5s do you give out in a year, TV seasons or movies? What dictates a perfect score for you? Any 5 out of 5 this year in TV or movies? Thanks. Rox?
I think that I don't usually rank TV shows like this, like people do movies. But if I have to think about, to me, what the best show of the year so far is Adolescence.
Yeah.
I think that's a 5 out of 5. I like, is anything ever a 5 out of 5? Who knows? But if there is that, and then I think probably Severance would be the other closest one. But there was a couple of episodes of Severance this year. I didn't find this season to be as strong as season 1. So, but I still think it's one of the best shows that there is. So that would be the closest for TV, and then our movies. I don't think we've had a 5 out of 5 movie for me so far this year. I loved Companion and I loved Sinners, and those are probably my 2 faves of the year so far.
Right. Yeah, I got to catch Companion. It's on Max now. I need to watch that.
So good.
I don't ever give 5 out of 5s because nothing is ever perfect. So I don't ever do that. But there are films that come real close. 1917 came close. Parasite came close.
1917 is so good. And when people start to poke holes on, I think that movie was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite TV show of the year?
You might be right with Adolescence. I might be in your camp with Adolescence because so many people told me to watch it and we were delaying it. And she loves to watch British stuff. So when I told her it was Stephen Graham, she's like, okay, let's put it on. And we finished it in one night. It's
just wild to watch. It's crazy to watch.
It's genius. And the fact that they're talking about a sequel, I see a lot of people go, they should do it through a young female teenager's point or situation. And I was like, that's genius. Let's see that side of it. I would love to see that because I know what a boy goes through. I know as being a young boy, seeing young boys, that kind of thing, being at that age, but I want to see what it's like for a young girl to go through the things they go through now. Because people have this perception of, how women or young women, like it's a little easier in terms of the way they interact with each other. It's actually much more brutal from some of the conversations I've had with the children of friends. And so it's like, I want to see that on screen. Show the truth.
Yeah, I just can't believe what they were able to accomplish.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then honestly, my third favorite show of the year probably right now is The Rehearsal. I think it's crazy what they do. Love on the Spectrum, I also think is a perfect show. So
where are you on Love is Blind? Where are you? Are you a Love is Blind?
I love Love is Blind. I think it's so fun to watch, but I wouldn't say that it's like Love on the Spectrum. I actually think is an amazing show that I would recommend to people because it does make me feel unbelievable about the world and reminds me what matters.
What about The Pit? Did you put that up?
The Pit was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. It was a great show. It's a top 10 show of the year for me so far, but it's not a 5 out of 5.
Yeah. I would put Andor in there in my estimation because I like those first 3 episodes and I like the way it wraps up tonight. But that's just me. Shay Markel says they managed to convince me that the most One Direction looking cast ever was a fully mission capable platoon. He's talking about warfare. I believe them all in every role. Yeah, but those are like tough looking dudes. Those aren't just pretty boys. Those are tough looking guys.
Who's in it?
Actors. Will Poulter is in it. Is Jesse in it? I wonder if Jesse's in it. That might get you.
Clemens?
No, I mean Young Man Zeno. I don't know if he's in it or not.
Oh,
okay. So it's Will.
My
Poulter.
Jesse.
Yes, you're Jesse. Exactly. No, I don't think he's in it. So it's Noah Centineo, Finn Bennett, Cosmo Jarvis from Shogun.
Yeah.
Joseph.
Now,
Quinn.
Shogun's a 5 out of 5. That's a 5 out of 5 show.
I think that could go 5 out of 5 on that.
It's just not this year, but it's 5 out of 5.
Right. DeFaro Wonatai from Reservation Dogs. He's in this. Michael Gandolfini is in this. So there's a lot of strong actors in this. Kit Connor's in this. So yeah. I mean,
are we calling Michael Gandolfini One Direction looking? A lot of those actors that you said, I feel like all handsome gents, but like I don't think that they're all like cookie cutter pretty.
Yeah,
girls.
yeah. Neither do I.
Even Will Poulter, I think, is like got some edge to him.
To see who he is versus the character who played We're the Millers is one of the most shocking things for me ever.
So great.
Tom Hanks is Roxy, thoughts on the Karen Reed trial? Roxy, can you say your thoughts on the Karen Reed trial?
Forgive me because this happens on air sometimes, and I don't know what this is about.
What? The woman who's accused of killing the Boston police guy with her car, and they're gone to a retrial?
I don't know what this is. Is my Boston card going to get taken?
No, I don't think so. But this is a massive.
What is it?
trial.
So what happened?
So basically, her and this guy who I think was a retired police guy.
It's so crazy how I'm somebody who can wake up and read the news and like thinks of myself as a pretty like informed person, and then there's just shit that I can miss. I could have just bullshitted that and been like, "Ooh, it's crazy." But,
right, you could have. You're not.
But I'm not that person. So wait, tell me what's going on.
So basically she was dating a guy who was who had been a member of the police force or was a member of the police force at the time. They had a lot of police. They went out drinking. They had problems in the past, issues, fights, and whatever. They went out drinking one night with a bunch of his friends, and that she knew. And she ended up driving home without him because she claims that he went into this house and never came back out. And she was pissed about it because she'd never been in this house before, and she thought he was disrespecting her by not coming out. So she drove home and then left all these 15 voicemail messages, essentially cussing him out for leaving her the way he did. That's what he thought.
She left him, I thought you said.
That's what I'm saying. She left him because the fact that he didn't come back out of the house, she was offended that she'd been waiting 20 minutes and he didn't come back out of the house to make sure everything was cool for her to go in. So she drove off, pissed off at him. But
this is after a bar.
Yeah, after a bar.
He goes to whose house was he at?
This friend of his.
And she didn't go inside because she wasn't invited? Or?
Yeah, she didn't know, and she didn't know these people. So she wanted him to go in ahead of time to see if it was cool. Because the lights were out in the house. So they weren't sure if they were home. The guy goes in and never comes back out. And because they had issues in the past, she thought he was ghosting her again because he has ghosted her in the past.
Okay.
And so she was pissed. She gets a call 2 or 3 hours later. He hasn't come home. She drives over there. He's dead on the front lawn. And the people who are at that house claim that in her rage and that she had been drinking, that she backed into him with her car, killed him, and then drove off and is doing this whole thing saying that she did not kill him. And this is all an act. And she's claiming that the people involved killed him and the scratches on his arm mirror what a dog would do. And they left him out in the cold, and they're blaming her because they don't want to get blamed for whatever happened in the house that night. And they've recarpeted the entire house. They've sold their dog. They sold the house for under selling price. And so it's been impossible to get their information or get evidence one way or the other. So there's a lot of suspicion.
She's the one on trial?
She's the one on trial,
not them.
Yes, not them. So there's been a lot of.
He was a cop?
He was a cop, yes. Yeah.
Wow, I haven't heard anything about this.
It's massive. It's a massive trial. And there's a 4-part or 5-part documentary on HBO Max that if you ever get interested in it, it's incredible what it breaks down.
It's a doc that's currently going on?
Yeah. No, not current. Like it's not going. So it dropped a few weeks ago because it profiled the first trial. She is now on a retrial because I think it was a mistrial or a hung jury. And so they're now retrying her again. And this lawyer of hers is exposing he's out of LA, this lawyer. He's exposing all these holes in the police approach to the investigation. One of the investigators called her the C word, looked for nude photos of her on her own phone when they took her phone from her, sent text messages complaining that he couldn't find any nudes on her. So There's all kinds of stuff. One dude took his phone, took the SIM card out, snapped it in half, then drove to a military base, set it on fire, and threw it in the trash. Why would you do that if your phone is not hiding something? So there's been a lot of suspicion.
What do you think?
I don't think she did it. I think something happened in that house and they're not telling the truth about it. And I think they're circling the wagons. But I also think they were a toxic couple from what they reveal in the documentary, from text messages, voicemail messages. And you come away with that, like, it's possible that she did it and doesn't remember, or she's trying to convince herself that she doesn't remember. But there's enough questioning on both sides. So that's what makes it even more interesting. Yeah.
What's up with the back of her car?
The tail light. There was a tail light. There was issues with the tail light and what have you. And so it's like, did she do that backing into the garage because she had been inebriated, or did she do that allegedly, or did she do that when she hit him with the car? So there's all kinds of speculation about what's on the car and stuff. So yeah.
Karen, I'm just Googling this. Karen Reed trial updates, unavoidable circumstances, derailed day 15. So we're on day 15 of this trial.
The second retrial, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't believe I don't know anything about this, and none of my friends have said anything to me about this.
Yeah, I'm surprised too, because it is a very, very big Boston/Massachusetts.
And I'm sure now I'll be hearing all about it. Very, very curious.
Yeah, I highly recommend the Max series for anybody who's watching, because I see a lot of people in the chat asking questions about it. So,
guys, get in your support, because as I told to John, I have to leave exactly at 1:00 today.
Yeah. So let's go through these real quick. All right, Doug Developer, what's up, Doug? Watched old SNL clips with Chris Farley. How hard would it be for you to not break character if you were on SNL? Which member would break you the easiest? Oh, yeah, 100%. And Will Ferrell would break me the easiest. What about you?
He is so funny. Do you know one time I was in an elevator with him and he started telling jokes in the elevator? It was him, one person, me, and my friend. And he just turned to us and started telling jokes. I was like, you literally, like, you can't even help. You are a comedian.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And then got out of the elevator and just kept it pushing. I was like, did we just get a private show? I think it depends on what. Kristen Wiig gets me a lot.
Target lady.
Man, she just cracks me the fuck up. Like, yeah. But there's so many of them. I love SNL. I really do.
Jay Mark, I feel bad for show-only viewers. I feel they got robbed of a more convincing romance between Ellie and Dina instead of this 100-mile-per-hour mind game they got. But I know people who play the game who say that the Ellie and Dina relationship is much more fleshed out in the show than in the game. So I guess I
wouldn't feel bad for me. I think it's like the hottest, best relationship. I'm obsessed with it. So don't feel bad.
Yeah, resident gay member of the Geek Buddies, Michael Vogel, said it's not a show that focuses on a gay relationship. It's a relationship in a show where they happen to be gay, and that's what I love about it. So yeah.
Oh, in the chat they said Rachel Dratch. Oh, she's so funny.
Oh my God, Rachel, yeah.
I love her.
So Shane Markel following up, he just finished Warfare. I guess those came backwards. RQMD says support for Rocha and Roxy, the R&R show.
Woo!
Next week it'll be Roxy and Rocha if we do it again. She'll host.
Do not tell Christian that.
Rocha, you lit a fire in me yesterday about horror screenplays. Got some mean characters inspired by my anxiety. Roxy, I'll cast you and you'll make it out. Yeah, Roxy, you were in London shooting this film. When is this thing coming out, Roxy?
You sound like you're from London. Luckily, I didn't have to have an accent in the movie. I'm so excited for you guys to see it. It was a lot of fun. I've talked about it a little bit here. Just let it go.
Sorry, I love forgetting Sarah Marshall's.
Let it go. Let it go.
Markel says, TV Ellie doesn't feel like she grew up under the guidance of Joel. My girl does nothing but create problems for other people to solve. So did Joel. Shay, are you watching the show?
Yeah, Shay, I honestly feel like you're just reading like Reddit threads on it or forums. I think you're awesome, but what are you talking about?
I mean, Gail literally said she's been walking down that path before Joel showed up. Joel just kind of eased her along further down the path, for God's sake.
Yeah, what?
Sharon McCall says the set design for this episode of Last of Us was amazing. Oh, I agree.
That
airborne stuff.
Holy crap. I mean, it was like the greatest set. Holy crap.
I agree. Mike Joyce says, I hope Cynthia Erivo wins an Emmy for her Poker Face episode.
I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched the Poker Face season 2, any of it yet.
She does. She's really good in the show, in that episode. But we've only watched one, so I don't know about the other episodes. Yeah.
I thought there were 3. There's only 1.
Yeah, there's 3. No, there's been 3 out. We just have only watched 1. Yeah. Shane Markel says, it would suck to compete for the Oscar for Best Stunt Design the same year a Tom Cruise movie is released. Well, yeah.
Right.
I hope Shane Markel, I hope Warfare gets an Oscar nom at least. Yeah, I hope so too. J&B says, the Rocha and the Rockstar. Always a great time with the two of you. Down with the tyrant Christian. Justice for Roxy. Let Roxy host. Yeah.
Why is there a dash in Rocha?
I don't know. Maybe the way he says it. Rocha.
Maybe yeah, like Rockstar, Rocha.
Rocha and the Rockstar. Oh, maybe.
I don't know. Anyway, down with the sickness.
Yeah. I'm too flank him. Even though Tatum is a total cornball, sad for his injury. What? Pacers going to the finals is pretty crazy. Roxy, how do you like Andor? Best show this season?
Wait, that's so weird. I've never heard anybody call Tatum a cornball.
Yeah, I don't think he's a cornball.
He's like a great dad, great player, great style. People have said that, he doesn't have like the grit that like Jalen has, but I've never heard cornball.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. I like Andor. I thought this arc was amazing. It's definitely not a top 10 show of the year for me, and it's definitely not my favorite show of the season.
Yeah.
For me.
Right. Fair point. Yeah. We'll see what happens with the Cavaliers. You don't know if the Pacers are going to the finals yet. Cleveland could stage a comeback, so don't count those chickens, man. Mike Joyce, should we spam the Thursday show with super chat saying let Roxy host?
No, because it's not like I'm dying to. I just need him to know that I could. It's so weird.
Uwe Boll should direct the Blade movie. Yeah, right. Have Jeff on with him in that movie. I asked a question the other day of Jeff on Hot Mic. I was like, 100 Jeff Snyders and 1 Uwe Boll. Who wins? What
did he say?
He said Uwe Boll would still win. Gopal, I'm not sure I've heard the name Lucas Haas since Mars Attacks. I think Lucas has been working consistently since that time. So, yeah.
You rock, Gopal. Gopal gave money to the National Brain Tumor Society for my walk, which I really appreciate. So did RQMDSMD. A lot of you guys did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was the #1 fundraiser of the year this year for the walk because of a lot of you guys. So that was really cool. Anyway, just a special shout out to those of you guys who did support.
Rocha, this is JMB. Rocha, don't let Hollywood's unrealistic body standards dictate your happiness. You are perfect the way you are. In all seriousness, congrats. No, it's my own thing. I never lose weight for anybody but myself.
I don't like when people say this. JMB, I think you rock, but I don't like when people say this because nothing about what Rocha said had anything to do with Hollywood, people's standards of him. He said that he set out his own personal goal and he's working to accomplish that goal. And I know that people say this is a nice thing, but people say this kind of shit to me all the time too. Where like when I gain weight, lose weight, try to get more jacked, try to get more, whatever it is, lean. I don't know. Unless somebody's like asking for your thoughts on their bod, maybe we should just not give it. Unless it's about Jesse. He's so hot.
There you go. Yeah, agreed. I don't ever get influenced by anybody. It's my own thing. It's always my own thing. It's always been that way since I was a kid. Gopal Sarngdahoran. Sorry, Gopal. I think Amazon does a package deal for MGM Plus and Stars together on Prime, which is how I ended up having it. Wouldn't MGM Plus have all the Amazon money? It's businesses allocate funds to certain sections of their business that they deem to be at certain levels. So it matches that level, the funding. It's not about everyone.
That would be like saying, wouldn't Hulu have all of Disney Plus funding, all of Disney funding? It's not necessarily going to get the same funding over on a Hulu show as you would on a Marvel show on Disney Plus.
Right, exactly. Yes, boy, which IP franchise has the healthiest fan base?
I know that Kristian was like really excited about the One Piece fan base. I don't know anything about them, but he was really stoked about their fan base. Okay, it's such a good question. I really hope I can come up with an answer.
The Harry Potter, or are they an angry?
Are you kidding?
They're an angry fan base. Okay, I don't know. Oh, I guess the Papa thing. People were kind of mad about that. All right, that's fair.
You named like the hottest button franchise right now.
Oh shit! I don't know.
Have you heard of a woman called J.K. Rowling?
Yeah, well, that's her. I mean, the fan base. But
she's making the show.
That's true. And there are people on both sides who agree with what she said and don't agree with what she said.
And there are fans that are saying if you watch the show that you are a TERF, and there are fans that are saying that if you don't watch the show, then you are a bigot. And that's
crazy.
That fan base is wild. They're not as bad as the Lord of the Rings people, though. That was the most vicious fan base ever.
Walking Dead is the worst fan base ever. Like when at the height of Walking Dead, they were insane people. Yeah.
Wow. I guess maybe the Severance fan base. Everybody's just trying to make theories. What's happening?
There you go. Go, pal. Purefoy turns up in interesting places, from Mark Anthony to Rome to the weird cult guy on The Following to the dad on Sex Education. Yeah, James Purefoy. Yeah.
I loved Sex Education. That show is underrated.
Or him and Gillian, right? Gillian Anderson.
Yeah, she's so great.
Latino slant. Gentle correction. Mendez is Braziliana, so it's pronounced Mendes, not Spanish. Obrigado. I'm going to come find you, and we're going to have a conversation.
Camilla doesn't pronounce her last name Mendes.
Oh, she does. I know. I've never heard her say.
I've never heard her say that. I mean, maybe, but
yeah. So Latino slant, gentle correction. She's never pronounced it that way.
I've never heard that, and I've heard a lot of interviews, but I would be curious. Maybe people. This happens all the time. What the hell is John Legend's wife's name?
Chrissy Teigen.
Yeah, and when she came out and said it's actually Teigen, and she was like, I just never wanted to correct anybody. So it is possible.
Yeah. All right, Mike Joyce, Elizabeth Olsen, Kristen Stewart, and Oscar Isaac going to star in a hedonistic vampire thriller from the director of Mandy. Yes, please. I agree.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I like those people.
Steve Friedrich says, can you two explain movie/TV credits when they list the actors? What does it mean when the credits say with or featuring next to the actor's name? You want to take this one, Rox?
No, I want you to take this one.
Okay. Basically, it means
their agents negotiated for something different.
Yeah, it basically just means that you've got a certain status to negotiate. Your agent has negotiated you a separate credit from everyone else. So it'll say with or featuring, and is a big one too. So those are those things that where they're highlighting you as an actor being a part of their project, and your agent negotiated it because you've got a certain status. That's basically all it means. They're trying to make you stand out. There you go.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah, I don't know. Like they're very, very specifics too about like what it actually means,
right.
And like if that's placed before the movie or after the movie and all of that. Right. But honestly, that's why people have representation to figure that stuff out for them.
Yep. Jake, what's up, Jake? He says, okay, here's a super chat. John always said, quote, you send Roxy money, but never me. Here's for some tacos, bro. Wow.
Oh, I would love a taco.
Why's it got to be tacos, bro?
I just feel like everybody keeps mentioning tacos to me all week.
Really?
And I just I've not, my favorite taco place closed. I've not found a new taco place in LA that I'm obsessed with. I'm very upset about it.
I don't even eat tacos. So I'll take a burger though.
Maybe I was bruh in that one.
Maybe you are bruh. That's a possibility. Mike Joy says, I think they'll do justice to
You don't like tacos?
I just don't like them. I don't like usually get them or eat them. Yeah, no, it's not usually my
favorite. Kind.
Burritos, though. Now you're talking about.
Yeah, I love burritos. You don't like any kind of taco, though.
I said I didn't like. I said I don't usually gravitate. I can eat them, but I don't usually gravitate to them.
Like carne asada or pastor, I don't think anything matches up to how good a taco is when it's so good.
That's fair. Mike Choice says, I think they'll do justice to Doom after Secret Wars with whatever new universe they'll have. Yeah, Doomsday Doom will be 2 RDJ as Doom. Isn't that cool? We'll see. Yeah, I think that's where they're going.
Wow. The chat. Yeah. I'm sorry, just to highlight Dean. Tacos are overrated. These are fighting words.
We're going to have a battle. You know, it was a toxic fan base. The tacos to me fan base.
The taco fan base is vicious. They are so toxic. They're taco sick.
Nope. No.
I didn't play.
We were there. You were there. Logan says, love the Mission series. I heard 8 has too many flashbacks. Thoughts? Yeah, it's flashbacks because some of y'all don't pay attention to the movie. So they got to do it for the casuals, but there aren't that many. Go ahead.
I actually thought, and we can't talk too much about this, but that it was that even for somebody who did pay attention, they were moving. Like I love flashback sequences in general and things. Like anytime that we get them, even in a show like Lost or whatever, because it reminds me of different times that I was in my life and different places I was in. When you're a franchise that's been going on for so long, it's cool to reminisce.
I'll give you guys a hint. You should watch the first one, the third one, and then this last one if you really want to be like dialed into what they're referencing in this movie. But you don't need to. But if you wanted to, you can.
Yeah, or just go in and enjoy. I honestly think you could see this movie having never seen a single other movie and still get something out of this movie.
Right, because of the flashbacks. They give you everything you need. Yeah, that's a good point. Bobby Jackson says, if I didn't believe it before, I do now that Marvel is trying to bury Ironheart since they're dropping the trailer tomorrow, same day as Superman. Are they really?
That's crazy, Bobby. Oh. Bobby, that's the first I'm hearing of that. Why would they do that? Even if that was their initial plan, once James Gunn comes out and says Superman coming on trailer on Wednesday, I think if you're Ironheart, you move it. Like,
so dumb.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's
tough. It's gonna be a busy day tomorrow. 2 trailer reactions and a review. Ugh. Gopal says, I forgot Wood Harris was on the wire. I think of him from Remember the Titans, and my sister went to Marshall. And I went to
strong side.
So she got a whole scene, and I got to mention, yeah.
So good, man.
What's that? Remember the Titans?
So good.
Don't tell Sam Levine. He lost.
He doesn't like it.
He lost a few matches without Remember the Titans, so to speak.
Forgetting the Titans. I'm not doing my best work.
You're clearly hungry. Nathan Drake, new studio looks the same. Haha, just busting chops. Yeah, that's funny.
I agree. I didn't want to be the first to say it, but I didn't understand what the difference was.
Thanks for going through the door, Nathan, so Roxy can come right behind you.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you for saying it. I am Nathan. I sent that in under the table. I'm going to need him to explain to us what changed.
Yeah, well, I think it's the turning it around. But again, it's in progress. We'll see. I have 2 fly cams. I just want him to clean up the desk. Rise of Skywalker was pathetic nostalgia baiting. I know a lot of people.
Okay. You've had a lot of years to come up with that comment.
Nathan Drake, here you are again. Either of you seen the trailer for Dust on Max? Has a great 70s old school crime action movie vibe.
No.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. It's based on a graphic novel. But I'm not sold yet. I have the episodes. I'm not sold yet, though.
It's a TV show?
Yeah, TV show. It's like 8, 10 episodes, I think. Buster Barnes, Superman teaser looked fire. Can't wait for tomorrow. Yes, that's right.
I believe that the way that James Gunn said it was like, this is the first trailer. And I don't know the difference between a teaser and a trailer anymore.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's really weird the way they approach these things now. Mirjam Serenity Moon says support for the lovely Roxy and John. Oh, I like that avatar just looking out the window in the rain.
Chilling.
Bobby Jackson, thank you for the support. Thank you, Bobby. You're the best.
Yes, Bobby. Yes, Bobby. Yes, Bobby. Yes, Bobby.
JMB says, Rocha Roxy, what are your feelings on mushrooms? I've been loving putting shiitake mushrooms and everything. So meaty for a mushroom and goes in anything. Wow.
I'm so with you. I've been loving shiitake mushrooms. I love mushrooms in general. And I love that you can do anything kind of with their consistency. And if you can blend them or you chop them really small, dice them, or you can keep them whole. There's so many. And as a meat lover, I don't use them as a substitute, but as an add-on to things. And just, I love mushrooms. Love.
That's a great point. Yeah, I love mushrooms too. I put them on the burgers, put them on the steak, put them in my omelets. Like mushrooms are a go-to always. Yeah.
Yes. In my bolognese, I've been putting mushrooms. And there's if you add shiitake, they're like almost sweet. Wow. I love mushrooms.
All right. I got a new thing to look forward to at the farmer's market. Armada said, genius movie pitches, Stephen A. Smith and Theo Vaughn cameo in the next Final Destination movies. Stop. Mir Jam Serenity Moon says, I love Andor, The Last of Us, and Hacks. And when I just want to see something old, I watch Friends and on Disney and Baby Daddy, which I also watch. Baby Daddy? I don't know.
Baby Daddy.
I don't know, Baby Daddy.
I don't know. It sounds like
interesting
Adam Sandler spinoff.
Oh, yeah. Instead of Big Daddy, it's Baby Daddy. Bobby Jackson said, have you watched the Nobody 2 trailer yet? Yeah, I did a reaction for it. It's up on my channel now. Roxy, did you get a chance to watch it or no?
I didn't see the first one.
Oh, it's so good.
So no.
Yeah, so no.
Funny.
Armand, I got major OCD from the stuff on Kay's office.
I know.
Yeah. I would go insane. I would just go insane. If I have two wrappers or two things I just finished eating 2 hours ago that are through a whole show, my OCD is driving me insane to get rid of them as soon as I get up and finish the show.
It's just I feel bad. I wanted to just like slam him, but I was like, please send us photos. And like, so he was just trying to do it quickly. And now I'm like, those photos suck.
He would do the same thing. Come on. What older series do you guys watch? Ooh.
Older series?
Rox, you must have a million.
Like a show that's been on for a long time or a show that
probably
and is currently on SNL. I also still watch Grey's Anatomy. That's been on for a very long time. And It's Always Sunny has been on for a long time, and I always stay watching that. But if you mean something that's been off of the air, every time I go home, I end up watching something with my dad. Like the last time was MASH. We go back.
Yeah.
He doesn't like any show that was made after the 80s. So
older series, that's still on. Probably not many. SNL is probably it. But yeah, I guess that's the answer. Mike Joyce says, Roxy, you okay after the Simu news?
It was a tough one for me.
Him getting married, right?
Engaged, John.
Sorry.
I love Simu. I think he's awesome. And his fiance is like literally the prettiest person I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm actually really excited that it seems like he like has gone on a journey to find the right person for him.
Yeah.
But I do hold a spot in my heart for Simu forever.
There you go. Go past that. Season 1 of Veronica Mars is 5 of 5 for me. We're going to go through these quick rocks. So quick answers here so we can get you out of here on time. Yes.
I never watched the show.
Okay. See Michael T this Saturday with Channel 7 Boston. I'm going to the courthouse in Dedham to get the coverage on the Karen Reed trial. It should be interesting.
That's where it is?
Yeah.
Dedham. In Dedham?
Yep.
John, that's like literally 10 minutes from where I live.
How do you not know this story?
I don't know.
Shocked. I'm really just shocked.
I don't know.
I guarantee you, if you start to watch that doc series, you're going to be engrossed in the story. There's like podcasts.
It's so unlike me to, but whatever. I just missed it, I guess.
I mean, you could play her in a movie, like in a TV movie.
Yeah, when I looked her up, I was like,
yeah.
Do I know her? Like,
she kind of has a little bit, like you could totally pass. I mean, obviously she's older than you, but you could, play it, I guess. Nick Alexander says, I just finished the studio and loved it. You watch? Yes.
The best.
Yeah. I mean, that Golden Globe.
You didn't finish it. We still have another episode. Two episodes, I think.
Yeah. The Golden Globe episode.
So
good.
God,
that was amazing.
So good.
Can you believe this? Saperstein. It was amazing. Alan Smithy. Hey, Roxy. Rocha, have either of you seen the Daisy Ridley movie, Young Woman in the Sea? It's from the director of upcoming Tron Ares. I thought it was really great, underrated laters. No, I have it on my list on Disney Plus. I haven't watched it yet.
No, I haven't seen it.
I love Daisy too. I'll fight anybody about Daisy.
Oh.
See, Michael T. Tatum will come back better than ever. Season 7. Bro.
Did you see? Listen, from your mouth to God's ears or whatever's out there.
Unless there's a Boston Mr. Miyagi in there, I don't think he's coming back.
See, Michael T., you're my favorite person who watches the show now. You're number one.
Fair point. Future Millionaire. Controversy aside, not really digging the Last of Us' second season. Just like the second season of House of the Dragon, the sophomore slump is real. Okay.
Manifest it, baby. Future Millionaire. I feel ya.
There you go. Yeah,
what's your name?
It's a good-looking guy. Look at that avatar.
I know. I was just thinking that. Look at those shades.
Well, I hope you treat people well. I hope you treat the ladies in your life well. I hope you treat people because you look good, my man. You're probably getting attention. So
you're saying when he becomes a future millionaire?
Yeah. Be good. Get the money and you'll just be better. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Chandler Host Band, have you all seen the new Superman teaser? No, there's a new one.
Oh, maybe that's what earlier when somebody sent that in. No, I haven't.
I thought we were getting one tomorrow.
That's a trailer tomorrow. Maybe this was a teaser for the trailer.
Oh, kiss my ass. The 14. Oh, it's 14 seconds. Oh, get out of here.
Okay. No, I haven't seen it.
Stop it. Nathan Drake, how would you rank the MI series? I feel like 1 and 2 are a lot of fun and underrated. De Palma did a great job with M1. I'm not giving you that. That's a damn content thing. So I will tell you, look for my channel if you want to see the ranking.
Can you tell me what your favorite one is? Do you know?
Probably Rogue Nation. Probably. Probably. Okay. That's all I'll say. But I did love Fallout.
I think Fallout might be my. Yeah, I don't know though. I'd have to really
Fallout. I go back. Fallout is like my Skyfall. Like I go back and watch Fallout all the time. It may not be the best, but it's the one I enjoy the most.
I asked your favorite.
Fair point. All right, then Fallout. Fallout's my favorite. Also because I love Cavill. Jake Yakoveta. Jake, for the first time in 5 years, Roxy didn't call me on my birthday. John didn't reach out either. Okay, busy. Fucks. LOL. All
Jake, when was your birthday? Sorry, my dude.
Yeah. Happy belated.
Happy belated.
There you go. JC Mighty. Sorry if this has been asked, but have you seen the new trailer for Kung Fury, the movie? The cameos are insane. No, I've not seen this. Have you, Rox?
No, and I don't know what even is Kung Fury, the movie.
Yeah, it's like a guilty pleasure type of thing. That's yeah. It's kind of like that movie 43 thing where everybody pops in for that for some reason.
Huh.
Ryan S. 90 in Minneapolis. What's your favorite ice cream?
Cookie dough. What's going on with you right now? Are you okay?
Chocolate peanut butter, probably.
Rocha was just remembering that he's not eating ice cream anymore, and then he had a meltdown, and he was like, "Oh, I miss ice cream," and then was like, "Which one was my favorite? Can I remember a time when?"
Roxy
just watched an actual meltdown. You went,
the appropriate pun.
You moved your head literally down. You were here, and you were like.
You've watched me in the Schmodown. You know how I answer questions when they're tough. I literally.
You were like, okay, ice cream melting.
No, chocolate peanut butter from Baskin Robbins is probably my favorite, but butter pecan from anywhere is my favorite.
Oh, butter pecan rocks.
Yeah. Peter Kolenko, my productivity at work plummets on Tuesday, Wednesdays due to, and I'm not complaining. Are you guys watching Mobland? Pretty good. Rocks, did you get a chance to check out Scotland?
I love Mobland. So good. I think this is a Helen Mirren performance worthy of an Emmy win. Like, she is so great in this. What's Scotland?
He's saying, did you get a chance to check it out when you were there?
Oh, when I was there. Oh my God. Dear God. I thought it was a show after you said Mobland and Scotland.
This week on Scotland, this episode 2, we're cutting a tartan out of you bastards. There you go.
Oh, somebody's going to clip out Roxy didn't know what Scotland. I've never heard of Scotland.
Braveheart 2. Yeah, Mobland's amazing. I agree with Rox. I'm loving the show.
No, I didn't go to Scotland. Sorry. Didn't get the chance.
I want Helen Mirren. Like, she's doing such a great job, man.
So good. This week when she's like, you don't trust me?
It'll be the last thing I ever show you. Nathan Drake says, Roxy, you Lost fan. Duster stars Josh Holloway. That's right. Yes.
I love Josh Holloway.
Oh.
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. What?
Are you a Lost fan?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Didn't that answer your question? 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. What you know about that Lost life?
The Constant's my favorite episode. So
what is Scotland?
You say lost in Scotland? Peter Kalinko says due to Andor. Oh, he was finishing off his thing. His productivity plummets on Tuesdays and Wednesdays due to Andor.
Oh,
and I'm not complaining. Okay, thank you.
Got it.
Good picture on Peter too. I like that smile, guy.
Yes, Peter.
Just feel like being nice to people all of a
sudden.
Although
I'm so sorry. Anytime I hear Peter, I just in my head every time go Peter Pumpkin Eater. What is that?
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
That people.
Peter, do you love pumpkins?
Eating pumpkins?
It's like why would that be an insult? Pumpkins are rad. Like pumpkin eater is not like a mean thing to call somebody.
Peter, do you like
you're a pumpkin eater? Like word.
Peter from Seattle says, I've heard it my whole life. There you go.
Why are we like this? I don't know.
All right, we got to go. That was the 62. Thank you all.
What did you have? You had 63?
I had 64, 61, something like that yesterday. So we beat it by 1, I think. I think we beat it by 1. I don't know.
How could we have beat it by 1 if we're at 62?
Because I think I had 61 yesterday. I think.
You just said you had 64.
Brother, I don't remember. You know what? The days just kind of slammed into
ice cream melted you.
Yes.
You melted with the ice cream.
I want to go have a 3-scoop sundae from Baskin Robbins, but I can't. PLD says, I'll test that feeling, John. There's PLD projects. There you go. Peter Kalenko says, I fucks with pumpkins for sure. You two rule.
That's what I'm saying. Like honestly, it's the weirdest attempt at an insult. Like Peter Pumpkin Eater. It's like, yeah, bro.
Shay Markel says, you guys really felt Joel wasn't a problem solver? No, he was a problem creator and a problem solver. He was both.
I wasn't even saying that, but just like, how are you going to comment on Ellie when like Dina is literally Dina tell this week, Dina's like, I would hunt them down forever.
Yep.
So like, is this just an Ellie thing? I think this is this world.
Yeah. Everybody in this world. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the whole reason Isaac is doing what he's doing is because he's mad at how Fedra treated it. And now he's essentially become Fedra in his own way for the wolves. That's the whole commentary of the piece, is that everybody who starts out in this virtuous way is eventually corrupted because of how brutal this world is.
And it's not everybody. Like we do see Tommy try to say, like Tommy, try to stand his ground with stuff. But like, yeah, I'm just not going to sit here and say that Ellie's unique for this.
Yeah. But we don't know what Tommy did in his past.
We don't. Just when Ellie's trying to convince him and he's like,
yeah,
we go to save people. We don't go for vengeance.
Right.
And then comes to save. So
yeah, that's true. All right, now we got to go. Roxy, let people know where the hell they can find you and everything you got going on, please.
Eating pumpkins. Man, it's not even pumpkin season anymore. You can find me everywhere at Roxy Striar. I'm on my channel on Wednesdays and Sundays. On Sundays, I talk TV talk. So we break down Last of Us, After the Last of Us, and also all the shows of the week. And on Wednesdays, it's more of event therapy, entertainment news, regular news. Now we know I'm going to be talking about this Boston girl news.
Oof.
That's on Wednesdays. And other than that, if you check out my socials, see everything else I'm doing.
There you go. One more from Shay. Nah, it's just that the show is going out of its way to show us that Ellie is basically an idiot. Revenge is bad, but Dina is at least smart.
At last smart.
Ellie is not an idiot.
Shay, Shay, can you confirm that you are watching the show?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very confused by this. Ellie is the one that look,
she's not school smart as we learn with the protractor thing. Is that what you mean?
Ellie is tactically smart for situations. Dina is a great to prep you, but once shit goes sideways, it's great to battle plan, but when shit goes sideways, you need someone who's able to think quickly on their feet in a high stress situation. Ellie can do that. So that's how she's smart.
I'm also curious, what about what we just said has anything to do with Ellie's smarts or not?
Yeah. There you go, Josh. Yeah, she's
he called her an idiot.
Yeah,
I mean, that's he didn't just say like, I don't think she uses her head all the time. He said she is an idiot.
Yeah.
Those are fighting. That's like bully.
Oh.
I'm not saying you're a bully. I'm saying that's a strong word, like bully.
That's true. Or loser,
she's
right?
An idiot.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here now. All right, thank you all so much for watching here. We're going to let Roxy go. Thank you, Rox. Love you. See you next time. Peace. Thank you to everybody. Oh, I got to go solo. Thank you to everybody who was part of the show today. All the chats, all the super chats, all the back and forth. We appreciate it. Of course, much love to Roxy Striar as well, who had to go. I love working with Rox. She's one of the best people on the planet. It's always a joy to go back and forth. The East Coast energy comes out big time when we host together, so it's a lot of fun. And maybe next week she's going to be hosting and I'll be riding side saddle, hanging out and enjoying the game. So that's the situation there. Thanks to everybody. Please remember to follow me at the Rocha Says on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. My YouTube channel, youtube.com/John Rocha Says, as we're going towards 50,000 subscribers. I think we just crossed 38,000. We're about to cross 38,000. So would love to have you all come aboard with all the great content we have there with the Geek Buddies, the Hot Mic, Jeff and I talking about doing a second show. So 2 shows a week, possibly on the Hot Mic. So you'll get that content there. And also the Jedi Way. And of course, Andor drops tonight. So we'll definitely have Andor, Jedi Way reviews and Geek Buddy reviews coming up later on in the week. And then all my reactions and reviews to stuff as well tomorrow. The Mission Impossible review, along with the Superman trailer reaction and apparently an Ironheart trailer reaction. So that's going to be there on tap. But yeah, head on over there. I promise you, it's a great time. We have a lot of fun. You'll laugh, you'll enjoy things, and you'll feel like you've got an education from what's going on in the world of entertainment by a lot of the people who I co-host shows with, along with Winston A. Marshall with Spill the Tequila. All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Be well. Subscribe to the Kristian Harloff channel. Follow Kristian Harloff on all his social medias. And remember to use the code for any of these ads that you listened to and watched here over this episode and take advantage of it. Dean Mahusa just in Pete Rose removed from the ban list. Oh, that's good. It's way overdue, but like he predicted in his TV series on HBO, it would happen after he died, and sure enough, it is done. All right, take care of yourselves. Be well, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Kristian will be back tomorrow for the Kristian Harloff Show. Take care until then.